Great day, everyone. Jerisha Hawk. Hello and welcome and present here. I'm excited to chat with you guys today. I'm just getting home from church. So if you guys are new here, hello and welcome. If you're returning and like a diehard Hawk hustler, pop in the comments regardless of which one you are and just say hey and let me know you're here. But I'm an income strategist and I help service-based business owners create and sell a four-figure signature service consistently in a very simple way, without complicated funnels or without websites, ads, without having an email list. Very simple way for you guys to sell your service and convert four-figure clients consistently. And today I want to talk about the entrepreneurial puzzle. Because so many of us are in this position where maybe we've been, or maybe you have been doing all the things, right? You have downloaded all the free webinars, you have watched all of people's Facebook Lives, you've listened to the podcast, you've downloaded the workbooks, you've put together, you've tried to funnel hack other millionaire entrepreneurs or other successful entrepreneurs that you see in the space, right? You have all the pieces together, but for some reason, things still aren't working. You're still not converting clients. You're still not hitting your income goals. Or maybe you're converting clients, but you're not doing it consistently. Or maybe you have a ton of clients and you are converting clients consistently, but you're burnt out, overworked, overwhelmed, and at a point in your business where you're working way too hard and your bank account is not matching the effort that you're putting in. If you can relate to any of those things, say yes in the comments, put up a hand, say like, girl, you are speaking my language, because we recently put out a survey. I really encourage all of my top level clients to do quarterly business reviews to kind of check in with their metrics and see what's going on. And if you're over in my free Facebook group, Selling Signature Services with Jerisha Hawk, I created a custom review plan for all of you guys to do. And quite a few of you guys have already filled out the 2018 business and review survey form that I gave you guys. And one thing that keeps coming up on that form is, Jay, I am getting people on the phone call, but once they get on the phone call, they're not actually converting, right? Like I'm talking to them, they sign up for my free consultations, but then once they're on that free consultation, they never actually go buy the thing that I'm trying to sell. Or Jay, I have the webinar set up. I'm doing webinars. I have the Facebook group. I have an email list. I have opt-ins. I have the Tripwire offers and all these little things that I can sell. I have these books and ebooks and workbooks and workshops, but like nothing is selling consistently and I'm working way too hard and I'm still not hitting my income goals. Like I don't understand why it's not working. And as I was reflecting on this over the weekend, as I was reading through some of people's yearly review plans, I'm realizing that a lot of you may be in a position where you are observing how other people are running in their business, but you don't have a strategy of your own yet. And if you can relate to that, just give me a 1 in the comment or say yes, in the sense that you see what everybody else is doing. So you have an intake form, you're setting up these like initial consultation calls, you are creating this ebook, creating an opt-in so you can start to grow a list. You don't really know how you're going to use your list or what you're going to do with your list, but you know that you're supposed to have one. So you start doing all of these things, you have all these individual pieces of the puzzle, but you have no idea what the actual picture is supposed to look like, right? So like you have all these pieces, but you have no idea how to put those pieces together to make them actually produce the outcome that you want to have. And if that's the case for you, for most of you, that is the case, right? Like if you're getting on consultation calls with potential clients and they keep scheduling consultation calls, but they never actually buy your thing, you have a piece of the puzzle, but you don't know yet how to put together the entire picture of that puzzle to actually get the outcome or get the result that you want. And I was thinking about that because some of you guys know I have a really massive Lego set. It's really a shame because I've been working on this Lego set for like a year, mainly because I don't sit down long enough to actually do it. But it's a like 4,000 piece Lego set of a Disney castle. And I was sitting here thinking the other day that like if I didn't actually have if I just had all the Lego pieces, all 4,000 pieces, I have all the things that I know I'm supposed to need. But if I don't actually have the instruction manual, which is the strategy and the framework and the process, there's no way that I would know how to put the pieces together, put the Lego set together to actually build the castle. And so many of us are running in the same way, in our business. You guys are maybe focused on the pieces. You have all the pieces that you think you're supposed to have because you see other people doing it. So you just mimic and copy what you see others doing, or you funnel hack or whatever. But you have no actual strategy, no process that you're actually putting all these things together so it will work for you. And that's the biggest disconnect I'm seeing so many of you guys having in regards to why you're doing everything. You've signed up for all the things and you're still not getting the results you want. So my biggest thing that I want to encourage you guys to do is, instead of trying to look for the tactics, instead of trying to like funnel hack somebody else, or say, I need to have an intake form, or I need to be creating an ebook, or I need to have all these pieces, you really need to take a step back and actually identify, like, what is the objective that I'm trying to accomplish? And what I mean by that is, I know that you're probably saying, well, Jay, I need to convert more clients. I need more leads. I want to give you guys real quickly, what are the 5 pieces of your puzzle that you need to make sure that you have these pieces, but then that you have a process to connect all of these pieces together so you can actually, the effort and the work that you're putting in is actually setting you up to get a result. Okay? So the first thing, that no matter what, before you even, I'm going to go in reverse, because most people, this is how they do their business. They start first with, how am I going to sell my offer? Well, how am I going to sell and make clients? How am I going to get clients? How am I going to convert clients? How am I going to sell? And most of the time, a lot of you guys are just thinking about, how can I sell? How can I make money? Without actually thinking about what is the offer that I'm actually selling, not the product that I'm going to sell, in the sense that I want to host events, I want to create workshops, I want a course, I want to coach clients, I want a mastermind, I want a group coaching program. I'm not talking about the product, I'm talking about the actual offer. And so many of you are focused on the product that you're not actually taking time to figure out what is my offer? What is the packaged result that I'm going to help somebody achieve? What is the transformation that I am guiding somebody through to experience? What is the actual offer that I am selling? Not the product. So many of you guys, that this is just from me reading the reviews. And if you're interested in actually taking the 2018 end of year business review, you can either click the link in the title of this, or click the link I just posted in the comments. I highly, highly recommend that you guys do it, because it'll allow you to take a moment to really reflect on what's been going on this year for you and your business. But so often you are focused on the product, but you're not actually thinking about, what is my offer? So that is the first huge disconnect, is don't just focus on your product, spend time perfecting what your offer is. And in regards to that, there's 3 elements that you need to have in order for you to craft an offer that people will actually pay for. And what I mean by that is, just because you're building a business, this is not a nonprofit, in the sense that people are not going to just support you because of your passion or because you love doing what they're doing. You love doing what you're doing. In a business, all that matters is the customer and whether or not you solve their need. You solve not just a problem that they have, but the problem that they have that is causing them a large amount of frustration, that they're willing and able to actually pay for a solution. Okay, so that's another thing you need to disconnect from, to make sure that you're not looking at your business as this nonprofit. Like, why aren't my friends supporting me? Why aren't other people supporting me? Because your business is not meant to get support. It's meant to solve a problem. And it's your responsibility as the creator of this business to package an offer, not just a product, that solves somebody's problem. And it's also your responsibility to effectively communicate the value of that offer in a way that your ideal clients and your potential clients understand. Not in the way that you think they should understand it, coming from a space of ego or arrogance where, like, why don't they get it yet? But coming from a standpoint of, how are you meeting your client where they're at, and making sure that they actually, like, you're speaking to them in their language. You're speaking to them in a way that resonates and that they get it. So in order for you to, I want to give you guys just 3 things that you have to have in order to have a good offer. In order to have an offer, you need to have, and I call this the POP method, you need to pick one person in the sense of who is your, the smallest viable audience that you can sell to. If you're trying to create an offer that sells to everyone, it will never sell, right? So like and I'll give you guys an example of this in a minute, but you need to pick one person. So pick one individual or one very niche targeted audience that you're going to create your offer for. Secondly, you need to pick one problem. After you've picked this one person, that we all have 99 problems. We all have a million things going on in our life that could be problematic. But in regards to you, what is the one problem that you are going to solve for that one person? And from there, you need to package one process. And what I mean by that is if you are constantly getting clients and having to customize how you deliver that result every single time you get a client, you don't have a process in place. So I don't mean just a process from an operational standpoint of your business, but I mean a process on how you actually support your client and deliver results. So there should be there should be a systematic process that you follow every single time that a client gets onboarded, right? So like you should have a framework, or this is really you unpacking your intellectual property, taking out in your mind, you know what you need to do, but it's just taking that out and putting that on paper in a way that if somebody else were to try to follow it, they'd still be able to get the same result. Like there needs to be a process that you're taking a client through to get a result. So you need to know who your target audience is. And I do not mean some vague, I want to, help women increase their confidence. That's speaking to every woman on this planet. But you need to get specific in regards to, I want to increase women's confidence by creating a bold vegan lipstick, right? That's a way that still produces the results of increasing their confidence, but you need to get clear in regards to how are you going about increasing their confidence, for example, through giving women like a bold red lipstick. I'm thinking of Lip Bar right now. They're Detroit-based vegan lipstick company. But you need to get very, very clear on what problem you're solving, who you're solving it for, and the process that you're taking a client through to get that result. Those 3 things, when you package those 3 things together, that is your offer. And that is the way that will help you in regards to your positioning, how you communicate your messaging in the marketplace, but ultimately how you get your clients results. You cannot stop there. Those are just like 3, maybe the corner pieces of your puzzle that you have to have. You need to have those 3 things to actually package and offer. And again, we call this the POP method. But that really just ensures that you are, attracting the right client, that you can serve the right client, and you have a process in place to actually deliver results. That's all in the service aspect of your business. Okay. The flip side is after you need to have an offer that you can sell and that will serve, but then you need to have a process to actually sell the service. And this is where most people say that they struggle. Many, you may be really, really great at delivering your service. You may be really, really great. Once a client comes in, you're like, if I can just get them in, I know I can get them results, but you have no idea how to get them in. It's because you don't have an actual framework to follow to sell your service. And this is where the biggest disconnect is, because so many of us are focused on the product in the sense of what is the thing that, and most of you guys are thinking about the product, but you're not thinking about the offer. And then your offer is such a vital aspect of the product itself. But and so many of us are waiting for our product to be perfect before we put it out there. And you are shooting yourself in the foot, mainly because think about McDonald's. They do not have the best product on the market. McDonald's does not have the best burgers. McDonald's does not, they do have really good fries though. But I know that all of us have probably either made our own burger or have been to a restaurant where the burger was better than what they sell at McDonald's. That the chicken nuggets were better than what they sell at McDonald's. McDonald's is not banking on quality. McDonald's product is not perfect. Literally, if you eat too much McDonald's, you will die. Legitimately, I can't remember the name of that documentary on Netflix, but they did about McDonald's, and he just ate it for 30 days and his health was shot. But like literally if we ate McDonald's and eat too much McDonald's, we will legitimately die. McDonald's is not the best product, but they have a really good offer. And your product does not need to be perfect. Your product needs to be clear in regards to what the offer is, specifically who it is for. You know, McDonald's is for the busy human who, you know, values convenience over quality in that moment. And they're looking for something quick, cheap, and easy. They don't have to get out of their car to even purchase it or consume it. Their offer is really, really, really good. Their product sucks. Like the quality of McDonald's product, like I just said, will literally kill you if you eat too much of it. So don't focus so much on your product. The product is important, but that is not the thing that will help you build traction and build momentum. You need to perfect your offer. And in your offer, again, you need to have these 3 core elements: a minimal viable audience to sell to. Pick one person. You need to pick one problem. Do not try to solve every problem in your offer or in a service. You know, like McDonald's is not out here trying to be the cheapest, the highest quality, and the fastest in delivery. Like they're not out here trying to serve prime steak that's $200 and sell burgers that are $1 a piece. Like you can't try to solve every problem. You need to focus on solving one problem for that one person, and then you need to have a process in place on how you're going to deliver that offer consistently. And again, like I said, that's just one piece, okay? You need to have the offer, which is, again, goes back to how you're actually serving your client, attracting the right clients, and delivering results for that client. But then the other piece is you need to know how to sell your offer. And this is where most people get stuck. And in a lot of what I'm reading from you guys' end of year business review is you think selling your offer means I need to have a blog. I need to be putting content, like I need to be creating content. I need to have an intake form. I need to be getting on consultation calls. These are all like tactical things, but that is not a process. You are doing things like I'm just going to go make blog posts. I'm going to go post on Instagram. Or a lot of you guys, most people are not even publishing content consistently. So you think that you have to publish content, but you're probably struggling to even know what content to publish because you don't know. You're only thinking about your product, but you're not thinking about your offer. That's like another little fun tip for you there. But the biggest thing is having tactics of things you're doing, but not having those things, having a process or having a framework where those things are connected together. You will never be able to sell your service or convert clients or hit your income goals. So you need to know how to actually package your offer, which is the service that you ultimately want to be selling, but then you need to have a framework in place to actually sell your service, right? Meaning that you know, like there's a purpose behind every piece of content that you publish, that there is a clear, direct line from when somebody consumes that content that is taking them somewhere else, that to even get on a sales call with you. That when you get on the sales call, that you have a framework to follow to guide that conversation, right? If you're winging it every time you get on the phone, no wonder you're having a tough time converting clients. Like you should not be winging your sales conversations, especially if you have not been trained in sales. You know, like I think so many of us think that if we just do these things that we'll miraculously be just great at them. You know, building a business and building a sustainable and successful business takes you learning. You know, that's why people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to go get an MBA. You have to learn the business, like the business skill set to be successful. Like none of us are just born with it, right? Like, this is why we pay for education, why we have coaches, why we, you know, invest in other people who understand things at a deeper level than we do, so we can learn. Right? So like, this is why it's so important that not just, you know, you need to have a framework in place to take somebody who they don't know who you are and have a process in place, like a plan, not just you throwing out content and hoping, like throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what will stick. Having a plan that has a proven process to follow, so that the second somebody doesn't know who you are, you can guide them through the sales cycle to help them understand whether or not you're the person that they need to solve their problem, and whether or not the service that you sell is the solution that they need to get the result that they want. But then once you get on a sales conversation or you start talking about that sales discussion, that you have a framework in place to actually guide and hold that conversation. And even if they don't say yes on the first call, which is completely okay, that you have a follow-up framework to follow if they don't say yes right away, so that maybe they say yes in the next week or the next month or the next year. You have a structured container, a process that guides them through that entire sales cycle, that entire life cycle, from when they discover you to when they make a decision on whether or not they need you. And so many things that I'm seeing right now is that people have the pieces to the puzzle in some capacity, but most of you guys are lacking the instruction manual, or you have all these pieces to the jigsaw puzzle, but you have no picture in regards to how you're supposed to be putting all these puzzle pieces together. So I just want to share that with you guys to say that a lot of your efforts that you're doing right now are not for nothing. You just may be missing the strategy. You may be missing the instruction manual on how do I put all these things together to make them work for me. And that's really what the disconnect is, okay? So biggest thing I want you guys, I guess, to think about is, one, I do invite you guys to take the 2018 end of year business review, because it'll be really insightful for you. That'd be a step one. A step two is you need to start working on packaging your offer, not just thinking about your product, but also making sure that you actually have a sales process in place to convert clients. Not just, I'm going to go create content. I'm going to go, tell people to have everybody and their mama get on a consultation call with me. You need to have, that is a tactic. That is a piece. But if you do not have the instruction manual or the framework, or like I said, a proven strategy that when you put all those pieces together, you actually get a full picture. Just look at where the disconnect is for you, and start identifying where are those gaps, and then how can you fill those gaps, okay? So I hope this was helpful. This is just something that I've been, again, like I said, reading based off of the feedback that you guys are submitting in the end of your business review. So I really hope this helps you identify at least where your gap is. It might be with creating your offer. It might be with actually your process to actually sell your services. Again, you need to have a full strategy, but you have to have both elements, right? If you only have one of those two elements, the offer and a sales process, you have to have both to sell consistently, okay? You cannot do one without the other. Like, it just doesn't work like that. You have to have both pieces to be able for it to work. So I hope that was helpful, at least to help you guys identify where your gap is. And then as you're thinking about what your gap is, start to identify what are the pieces that you need to fill in that gap. So do you need to, narrow down your offer? Do you need to, get more clear on who your target market is? Pick one person. Do you need to, do you have one person in mind, but you're trying to solve too many problems for them? Or you're trying to solve too many problems for too many people? Or is that you lack an actual process to once a client comes in, to get them consistent results? If you're constantly customizing your offer every single time you work with a client, that is not sustainable. That is not how you're going to convert clients consistently. Are you actually missing one platform that you're going to focus on converting clients, attracting clients on, right? So you need to have one platform that you're going to dedicate yourself to say, I'm going to show up on this platform consistently so I can attract new leads. And not just show up there consistently, but have a process that will work, a proven process that that when you execute that process, that it will attract those new leads, and it will attract the right ideal type of client. And then finally, having a profit conversion tool. If it's sales calls, I think sales calls is the most effective way. If you're earning less than 40K a year, sales calls is the most effective way for you to be able to convert clients and achieve your income goals. But if you don't actually have a framework to how do I qualify my lead before they get on a call? Once I get them on a call, how do I act? What's my framework and my process to actually, guide that sales conversation? And what is my process to actually get a decision out of them, right? It's not always to get a yes. Our goal is not to always get a yes. Our goal is to get somebody to make a decision. Do we have a process for that? And if you're missing any of those 5 key elements, I can guarantee that is the reason why you're not converting clients and why you're not hitting your income goals, or why you feel as if you're doing all this work, but you're not getting the results, is because you're focused on the pieces of the puzzle versus putting all those pieces together to get a full picture. So I hope this was helpful. Like I said, I totally invite you guys to take the 2018 end of year business review. If you guys have any specific questions, just pop them in the comments and let me know. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, y'all.